I'm finally back, guys. I know I haven't done a review in a long time, but I think I finally settled up here in Northern California, back in school, back in like the whole feel of things, the whole flow. And so decided that this would probably be a good enough area to start doing reviews again. And so today we'll be looking at Baxter of California Hard Cream Pomade. So the idea behind this product is that you get basically like a stronghold along with like some like texture to your hair. So we're talking about kind of like a looseness, like a freeness, like a more textured hairstyle with the hold that you still expect from like a nice strong like water-based pomade. This is something that was like similarly sought by like something like Uppercut Featherweight, but whether they achieved it, hell no. And so we're looking at a new product, a much more higher end product, where they're trying to achieve the same goals. And so Baxter, I'm sure you guys have seen it. They pop up everywhere in terms of like the boutiques and like high end like retail like stores. Not talking like department stores. We're talking like Saturdays collabs with them, Union Made. Like we're talking about just high end boutiques, and that's the place where you'll see them. And so we'll go ahead and start off by first, of course, looking at the jar. Alright, so this is the jar itself. As you guys can see, Baxter of California Hard Cream Pomade. We're expecting firm hold with like a soft finish. What that means is basically like a good hold, yet it still remains like malleable. It's still workable. So something along the lines of like a Teddy Boy original. Whether it really achieves that is good. We'll see about that later on. It's a 2-ounce jar, so like pretty much on the smaller side. And it's not something we expect from the like a brand such as this. So it comes in a really nice glass jar, clear, very beautifully designed, along with other information peeled back here. Opening it up, you have the product itself, which is a nice like very light salmon pink like color to it, and as you can tell, it has a really different texture from a normal water-based product. So definitely looks like a cream, and we'll go ahead and start using it now. As you guys already know, like I'm always a big fan of trying out products that are not intended for the rockabilly market. This is just to help broaden the range of this blog, cover more like products and not just be so biased to products that are meant for the pompadour. Also, these products typically offer something like really different, really new, and that's what we really hope to see every single time that we look at a product like this. Opening it up, we have a really nice, soft, like, and clean lotion smell. It's very refreshing. And in all honesty, like, the hair products from Baxter are good, but what I like love Baxter of California the most for is just their taste and scent and fragrance. So we're talking about like their shampoo, their conditioner, their lotion, their candles, whatever it is. Like, their scent game is on par. Like, it's top notch, and I have not come across a company that has like done a better job at it. Well, rather, it just is in line with what I like. So go ahead and start and use the product itself now. Scooping it out, we see it's the texture that's pretty similar to like, I've seen this before, I'm trying to think about it. But like, imagine Teddy Boy Original that's like slightly kind of dried up a little bit. So it still has a lotion feel to it, but it scoops out and it sheds out a little bit more rather than like a smooth paste. But either way, this is just a texture, and like applying it to the hands, you'll see right away it turns into like a lotion type of feel. Like super smooth, super easy to work with, and really easy to apply to the hair. And this is like a welcomed characteristic, because a lot of these other products are like, oh, textured hairstyle and like firm hold, they become a big hassle. They're really difficult to work with, especially during applying to the hair. Because what they try to do is give you like a nice, what's the word for it? Like a nice dry matte texture. And for some reason, like whenever people use those products or create those products, it makes it really like, they get the hold from like a stickiness, and the stickiness without like a nice bit of like oil, like what we see in their normal like grease pomade. Without that, it makes it a lot more difficult to apply. And if many of you guys have noticed, my hair is actually pretty long now. So just to show you guys, it's like past my chin at this point. And so this is a true test of how much it can control. Is this product made for my like hair length? No. Is any pomade made for my hair length right now? No. So I've been able to work with it in the past anyway, so it just commends this product for the amount of control and the amount of hold it really gives. Alright, so you can tell like it kind of looks like I have a product in my hair. It still has a really like matte feel to it, but like the scent's really clean. I'm probably just gonna add a little bit more, then I go ahead and start combing everything back. And just to talk in the meantime, I guess congratulations is due for Harrison now that he's like fully incorporated into this blog now. Because I mean his reviews has improved a lot, and so he's also getting a much larger flow of products. So you can expect to see him a lot more regularly as you already have. And we're gonna basically double time this, and now you'll get a take from me, which is in all honesty more experience, more like whole rounded like opinion, but my hair is specific to like fine straight hair, whereas Harrison will provide you with opinion coming from like slightly wavy hair with like but a much more thick and coarse hairstyle, and also not a pompadour, but whatever he would like to call that thing that he has. So slicking everything back, as you notice, it's really easy to comb through, and this isn't common with these types of products, so it's definitely something worth notice. Alright, so with my hair all slicked back, we'll go ahead and start forming this part. Oh, so to mention this, I also like to say we also will be looking at a large part of the entire Baxter hair product line. Like we will also be looking at their soft water pomade and also the regular cream pomade. So this is the hard cream pomade. We're also going to be looking at the cream pomade from them. Alright, so that's very nice. Alright, so with my slides all like tucked back in a way, go ahead and start forming like the pomp. Alright, so I think that's going to be good enough. We'll go ahead and call that done and start looking over the hair itself. Just a note before, so this isn't a fiber pomade, but the purpose of this pomade, like the goal of it is actually really similar. So we're looking at like a product that's meant to be versatile, adds texture, adds like a looseness, like basically allows you to style your hair, like just enough to let you style your hair, but also just light enough, creamy enough to just allow your hair to still look pretty natural and still have a organicness to it. So, like my sides are tucked back, they still have some like fluff to it, which is actually not an issue at all. Definitely still slicked back. This is definitely something characteristic to the firm hold of this product, because typically with these products, they really puff out. My sides really puff out, and it's not like a thing. And so, the part itself is made nice, sharp, and straight, and the pomp itself is at like probably like a average, slightly below average height, but that's something that we expect from a product such as this, especially it being a cream pomade. There is a lightness to everything. Everything feels pretty like nice, clean. It's not greasy. I don't feel like anything like bad on like the back of my neck or anything. And overall, it's just clean. And so I highly doubt it'll last throughout the whole day though, given like the length of my hair and given just like the type of hairstyle that we are trying to do. And so I'll tell you guys about that later on. But like the slickness, for a cream pomade, the typically is textured, so it's not something that we push too hard. But slickness is probably just like an average. It's not what you would want out of oil based, but it's what you expect out of like a cream pomade. Strength is like, I'd say like a medium in comparison to like a normal water based product, which is a completely different category, but it's like a medium. It provides you just enough strength to style a pompadour. And the shine is actually probably almost non-existent, in that the natural shine of your hair will be what is kind of pushing itself through. Application is super easy, texture is nice, and so we're going to be talking about the endurance, like restylability, and just other characteristics later in the day. So yeah, so I'm going to go through doing my daily chores, doing whatever today, this Saturday, and I'll talk to you guys at the end of the day, and we'll talk about how well it did. Alright, so what up guys? We're back now at the end of the day. We'll go ahead, call it the end, and start looking at how the hair did overall. So remember, this is a cream pomade, so it's something that's going to give us texture and a good hold, but not overly strong, not that locking in feature that we're used to or we're accustomed with like a normal water-based product. My hair still has its general shape. There is a loss of structure back here in the back. Like if I were to swing my head, basically the top layer will slide across the bottom and it'll just completely lose shape. And that's something we actually see with a normal water-based product, even with the locking in feature, but it's something we definitely have to deal with when we move to this type of product. So in terms of endurance, it's like, okay, good for a cream pomade, but if you're really needing that like locking in feature, you either need a strong water base or a strong oil base. In terms of like the restylability, like it does dry up, but it never really gets crunchy at all, period. It does settle in, does like kind of, what's the word for it? Kind of like solidifies, but it retains like a malleability that's not as let's say as wet or moist as anchors, but it is reworkable, not so much with the comb but just with the hands in general. So that's what it is in terms of restylability. Washing it out, it completely washes out. That ain't a problem that hasn't ever been a problem for any sort of water-based product. But like overall, like it is a good product in terms of like what it was meant for and what it can do. Many of us, many of you guys have a different type of hair from me. You have like wavy, like thicker, like more hair with more volume at least, and so that makes this product a lot easier to use for you guys. For me, with the fine, like thin, really straight hair, it works. It definitely works, but just the nature of the cream pomade itself, it lends to someone with a hair kind of like Harrison or something like that. So we're definitely probably have him try it out maybe, but he has a lot on his plate already. But I definitely recommend you guys to try it out. It is something different from the normal water base, and it does offer something that's unique, because cream pomades, I believe, are kind of always looked at as to be like too weak. Something like Brill cream or any of those things, but this one actually has hold, so it's definitely something to look at. But other than that, hope you guys got something from the review. This has been Baxter of California Hard Water Pomade, and other than that, take care guys and have a good weekend.